Sonny goes rogue with his work hours. Bresniak gets into hot water. Justin solves the case. And Mac receives yet more devastating news.
Placenta be obstructing the heart.
Maybe this machine's broken. Could we try another one, please?
Unfortunately, the machine's not the problem. I'm sorry. There's no easy way to say this.
Then don't say it.
Mac.
No, this is not happening.
I will need to do a beta HCG test to confirm the
Just shut
miscarriage.
up, please. Stop talking to me.
Can you just give us a minute, please?
No. No, I can't. No, I can't. No.
We are Si and Sophie. This is Coastal News, a home and away podcast. Your weekly episode companion podcast for your favourite Aussie soap.
Balanced any morals with any rule books lately?
You know me.
On the daily.
I'm very moral. What have you heard?
Anytime someone's walking too slow in the street or they've got a double buggy.
Oh, yeah. And you just want to punch them in the back of the head, but you can't because that's illegal. Yes.
Mm-hmm. It's a daily file. It's a struggle. It's a struggle.
Yeah.
How are you? You okay?
I'm all right. Thank you. How are you doing?
Good. Back at it.
Yes. Another week.
And things are going down. We'll come on to it. But yeah, how's your week been?
With home and away, I'll be honest, I have struggled a little bit this week. Just because I felt like a lot of the storylines at the beginning of the week were kind of going around in circles. With the Alf and Rue and the Sonny stuff, I was just like, I don't know how many more episodes of these kind of things I can sit through. So I was feeling a bit like, oh God, come on. And then obviously towards the end of the week, we moved on and onto different characters, different storylines, and then it just got depressing. So it wasn't like it was loads better, but at least it was something else, I have struggled a bit, I'll be honest, this week. How about you?
Yeah, I think we'll obviously come on to it, like the stuff towards the end of the week is hard to be ecstatic about. Not just because of the topic, but just because of we're here again sort of thing.
Yeah.
And also the characters involved. Mac, we've been quite vocal about Mac in recent times. So I think our patience isn't quite ready for something as well.
Yeah.
But also, I'm a bit disappointed, I would say, with the way the Sonny stuff went. I was really looking forward to it. And actually, we were on here a few weeks ago, and I was saying this was just first starting a week or so back. And I was like, this, I'm really looking forward to this. We'll see where this goes. It was all just starting. But actually, now we're here, I'm not so sure with how it's unfolding, and we'll come on to it. So I'm a little bit disappointed, a little bit depressed. I've got to say.
Oh no!
Well, we'll see.
We'll try and zhuzh it up as much as we can.
So stay with us,
it's
listeners.
It's going to be quite a hard week to to keep light. Look, I think
we're always guided by the content, right? We don't make the content. That's what's sort of fascinating about doing this podcast, right? The tone is not set by us, so we're not going to come on and fake it, right? The tone is set by the show. If the show has got lots of heavy stuff, naturally that's what we're going to talk about, right?
Yeah.
If the show's really funny, we're going to be splitting our sides laughing. That's just the nature of the game, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I've got to say the heaviest stuff isn't really touching me like I think it's supposed to. And I'll come on to it.
Same.
So, shall we talk about this week's Home and Away?
Yes.
now we've started with that.
Why not?
So let's get Sonny out of the way, right? Please, anywhere out of the way. He was been begging, hasn't he, his way back into the gym this week, and John makes him agree to rest and rehydration, two very important things when you're exercising. So I'm told, Soph. So I'm told.
So I'm told.
And John's got other ideas, isn't he, actually, which involves ringing Tane. I was a bit like, oh, does this mean Tane's coming back to work? But actually, no, he just came down for a ticking off and writing up a programme that he never then turned up to do. Did you notice? Sonny's not happy about this, actually. He's having to have his hand held, is he? But Tane says, find another gym if you're not willing to do it. So he gives everybody lip service, let's face it, doesn't he? What's it going to be, lad, he says. And he agrees. But behind Tane's back carries on. And I am shooketh that none of these saw this coming. They all trusted him. They all trusted him when, Tane trusted him, John's trusted him. And obviously you'd know that he's just agreeing just to get you off his back. It was blatant, this.
Yeah.
Lacey obviously catches him. Agrees to cover for him on the promise that he won't do it again. Again, she's another one, being a bit naive, but at the end of the day, she's sort of not involved too much with Tane, is she? So I sort of gave her a pass where that was concerned. But it's not long until, all the lying. He's lying to Remy, he's lying to Dana. I don't feel good about this at all.
No.
And there's that episode where he sort of tells Dana he's with Remy. He tells Remy he's with Dana. They then put two and two together quite quickly. The jig is up, and it's still like people give him the benefit of the doubt. Like, it's still not a serious thing, is it? Like, he's still, and I don't know. Like, Dana is just off the back of the birthday party last week where she wished she'd have done more and said more and been a bit more like, you need to follow my lead. And then I'm just struggling. She's happy to just leave him on his own devices at this one. And this is not how I saw this going. I thought this was going to be quite a positive sort of storyline. Offshoot, really, and actually it's feeling quite negative. I wasn't expecting it, and I don't know if I like it.
No.
Is where I'm at.
I don't really know where we're meant to be going with this storyline. I've been really confused, if I'm honest, just watching it, because like you say, it just seems to be him just obsessing about being in the gym, and which I can't relate to. So I find it really hard to relate to that anyway. And then, it feels like we're going around in circles. Like, everyone keeps finding out that Sonny's working too hard in the gym. They confront him. He apologizes. And then he just goes straight back to doing it again. And I'm like, I don't get it. Is there such a thing as exercise addiction? Is that what this is? Like, what is this? I don't really understand.
Don't know. Yeah, and it's not like there hasn't been a lot of talk about sort of his frame of mind. So it's not like a mental health angle.
No.
Like, I just, it's a little sort of shallow in a sort of dimensional sense for me. And also, like I say, I was expecting it to be a little bit more positive. I'm happy with bumps in the road, like it's a soap.
Yeah.
But I was expecting it to be overall positive, and I don't know if I'm just deflated and I can't get past that. But you're right. You're right to call that, because like, where is it go? What is the purpose? And like, he's not injured himself as of yet that we know of. So everyone's concerns actually seem quite unfounded, actually, when you think about it.
Yeah, I mean, luckily nothing's happened yet, but I don't really know. Am I supposed to be worried? Am I supposed to trust him? I don't really know. Like, I'm just finding it. I'm not finding it entertaining at the moment. I'm just finding it a bit annoying. I'll be honest. But
yeah, and this is a character we both like.
Yeah.
So it's telling, isn't it, that this is where we're sitting.
Yeah.
I wonder what the general. I've not really seen much chatter about it online either. Like, so I wonder if the general feeling, like, there's no, normally we have a storyline and everyone's like divided, or everyone is like or united and everyone's gleaming about it or something. Like, generally there's just general apathy about it, isn't there? It's weird.
Yeah, but I feel like there's also general apathy about it from Dana and Remy's point of view. You know, when they called him out and they had that chat with him, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you busted me. Like I lied to you both. I just wanted to go to the gym," and they were like, "Okay," and nothing happened. It was just like,
Yeah.
right. So now what? Like I
Yeah.
don't really get it. But
There's no consequences for him, so like,
no,
what's the point? Like, yeah. It just feels a bit sort of out there in the like it's floating and like
yeah.
it's like. Do we talk about it? Do we react? Do we
Do I
know
need
it's
to
there?
care?
Like,
Is it going to be over? Is that the last time it's going to be mentioned? Are we going to see it again?
yeah,
Am I
yeah,
supposed to worry about him or not? Because they don't see.
yeah.
They seemed worried about him, you know, while he's in the gym. But then the minute he's out of the gym, he's giving them the lines, you know, "Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, I just lied and I didn't mean it, blah blah." They're like, "Oh, okay," and like they just seem to have dropped it. So I'm like, do I have to drop it now? Then do I not? And we've not seen him since then. So is it over? I don't know. I don't know. It's weird.
And it's not even like because we haven't been in the gym for a while, so it's not even like it's like because something's going to happen there. Do you know, like so that's why we're having scenes there. All of it. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing else going on that's like totally random, and we're like, oh yeah, contrived.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing. It's just a bit weird. It is weird, isn't it?
It is weird. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's all. In to summarise, weird. Yeah, that's all we've got for it, really. Which isn't good for a podcast discussion, but yeah, that's what we're at. That's where we're at, and I'm sure you are too, listener. Now, down at YCPD, there's a bit more happening down there these days, actually. Than up in the bay. Cash's annoyances about Bresniak continue. And he's back on full duties. Yay.
Thank God.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done, fully fledged again. But he's got to teach Bresniak the all night, hasn't he? He's been told, right, you know, now you're on full duties, you can really show him things that me and you were screaming at on the pod a couple of weeks ago. Like, why is he not showing the newbie what to do? He's now been instructed to do it. So I was like thinking of you. I was thinking, well, someone listened. Somebody listened. And he gets to talking to him, doesn't he? You know, there were signs here of them open up. Maybe I was reading between the lines a bit, but I felt like there were signs here of like Cash sort of, you know, walls coming down a bit, you know, breaking those barriers down. They were talking about judgment calls and rule books and morals. And you know, is it just me, or was I hopeful? But there seemed to be a bit of progress there. Like Cash looked like he was sort of a bit more willing.
Yeah, I think so.
Just wishful thing.
I'm just not sure. I'm not sure about Cash's advice. I'll be honest. He kind of made me go, "Oh, I don't know about this," because he kind of said he was asking him like, you know, what did you get put on restricted duties for, and none of your business, all that stuff. But what I will tell you is, you know, sometimes you have to break the rules. Sometimes you have to, you know, for your own moral code or whatever he said. And I just thought, you shouldn't really be telling that to a newbie. You should be teaching him the lay of the land, first of all.
Oh, come on, you always tell the newbie how the shortcuts, don't you?
I don't know, I feel like this guy is a bit of a loose cannon. I don't really trust him yet. And I just think you've just given him like free reign to just... Yeah,
that's true.
You're meant to do this, Richie, but actually, when it comes down to it, you just make it up as you go along if you feel like it. It just felt like the wrong advice, and I was like,
yeah, you're right.
Am I supposed to take this with a bit of, I don't know, am I supposed to be noticing this because is he going to go and do something and then say, well, Cash told me that I can use my head, or I don't know.
Yeah. No, you're right, and obviously you should be more inclined to do the shortcuts and the sort of thing you shouldn't really do to people you like, right?
Yeah.
Even if you get fooled into being written up, you know, like it's because you felt like you had a bit of rapport. Cash has been very, very vocal, wants to headbutt the guy, right? So why is he not sticking to the rules, you know, and just keeping him at arm's length? I hear what you're saying.
It's just a bit weird.
It did look. I thought to myself, "Oh, thank God, this tease is over." But actually, the reason we find out quite soon after is because this leaves Bresniak. I have to say it like that. I will wear off eventually.
You won't.
You know, it leaves him with a lot of questions, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because obviously Cash has left with all this like teasiness, like, oh, break the rules. Ooh. He knows he's just been on restricted duties. Of course he wants to know what the blinking heck Cash has done, doesn't he? So he goes on the YCPD super duper police computer, doesn't he, and tries to look him up. Gets caught red-handed because he's a rookie, wet behind the ears, just outside of the academy, and doesn't sound like he listened to a single lesson. I mean, if a cop's getting caught looking up something on the computer, we have got trouble in this police force, you know. And of course, Cash is back. He's right up, isn't it, when he catches him, looking him up. But, you know, Richie wants to know. He wants to know how he got in trouble. And Cash is like, why? You know? And he's just like, I'm just curious. And I'm like, I get it. You know, any news, any gossips, Richie? I'd be the same.
Yeah, I mean, you would be curious, but I think I would have left it, to be honest.
I think I would have gone to one of the other cops wandering around the filing cabinet in the background and been like, all right then, what's up with him? What's the deal with him?
Yeah, he's his line manager. I think I don't know. I feel like he's still on probation and he should keep his head down, but that's me.
Mistake after mistake, isn't he? Bless him. I love him. You know, I've seen some bits online about it. Some people are like, I can't stand him, and I'm like, I really like him. I think he's funny.
I like him. I just don't think he's. I don't think he's cut out to be a cop.
No, I think that's the story here, isn't it? I don't think he's going to be in there forever.
Yeah. I think there's trouble brewing. I don't think he's going to be in that uniform forever. He's going to find himself in Salt working in the bar. I think before long.
Yeah, I mean, wait till, you know, he's got to do something on the database, you know,
cool.
like, yeah, and he messes that up. But yes, so basically, we're at that point now where they're back to square one with their relationship-wise, aren't they?
Yeah.
He actually gets sent home. You know, his botched investigation gets sent home. And now this is where it gets interesting because he's a bit sort of tail between his legs, isn't he? Bresniak. And he's, you know, like he's licking his wounds a bit and he goes up to Salt to speak to Abby and she gets him a beer. Now, straight away, we're all screaming it, aren't we? We don't even need to get to the next bit.
No.
We all clocked it, didn't we?
Yes.
He's having a beer. He's in his police uniform. And nobody thought to tell him. I mean, Matt clearly was aware of the situation because when Sarge turns up and absolutely tears him a new one, first things Mac is like, it might be something to do with having a beer. She didn't stop selling at him.
No.
So he's then got lambasted by Sarge directly for that. I mean, Sarge is like, I could just get rid of you now. This guy is like by the skin of his teeth in this position, isn't he?
Yeah. This is why I just don't think he's cut out for this because he's not. I don't feel like he's taking the job seriously.
No, you're right. You're right. We need a serious policeman, don't we? You
well,
know?
I think we need somebody that's like. I think he's too. He seems nervous, but he's nervous and confident, and that's dangerous. Whereas we need somebody that's nervous to make a mistake rather than nervous and
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I think, genuinely, reading sort of between the lines again, I think he's gone into this thinking it means he doesn't have to listen. I don't have to follow anything. I'm a policeman, you know? And I think that we all laughed about that line about Die Hard. Right?
Yeah.
But I think for him, it is like, you know, a movie.
Yeah.
Like, it is like, you know, kid dream, you know, when they're younger and they're just like, I want to be a cowboy, or you know, they play with guns. And I just think
it's not real.
Yeah, I think he just like, and that sort of backs up what you're saying about him not taking it seriously. A rule like you do not drink in uniform. He's fresh out of the damn academy. He should know that.
He should know that.
You can't even use the excuse of him doing it 55 years and never been caught. Do you know what I mean? He's at the end of his career, and do you know what I mean? He can't even use that as an excuse. These rules, these are basic, like, conduct rules that he should know because he's fresh out of learning them.
He should have learnt this.
He'll have done exams
a month ago. You know, there should be fresh topic in his head. And also, it's one of those things that you'd remember. Like if someone said to you, you can't have alcohol and be seen to be drinking in your uniform, you'd remember that. Like, that's quite like, oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. The
yeah.
consequence is this. It will, like, yeah, it's stupid.
Hmm.
So I think he's living in a film. He thinks he's like in Hollywood or something. I think he's
Yeah.
just like completely delulu. I really do.
Hmm.
And I was saying to you, wasn't it? Because at the beginning I was on the side of like, oh, what's his secret? You know.
He's dumb.
But I think you were right all along, and I will admit you were right.
I just think
He,
he's dumb as soup, and that's just
yeah.
it.
Mm,
I don't think
mm,
I don't think there's anything deep to him, unless I'm being really harsh and there's just something we're not seeing. But at the moment, I'm like,
mm,
I can't. He doesn't seem very fleshed out yet, which is one
yeah.
thing. Like, he is new and all that stuff. And we don't know a huge amount about him yet. So he's not really fleshed out. I don't feel like Abby even really knows him. Like, what conversations are they having for a start? God knows. God
I know, yeah.
knows. What do they
They're acting
talk
like they've been
about?
together for ages, aren't they?
But what do they actually talk about? It's super weird. I don't get it. He just seems really dim, but in a really overconfident. He feels like he knows what he's doing, and I'm like, how about you learn from your elders, lad, before you start trying to run? Oh, I don't know. It's weird because I don't dislike him. I just don't
Mm,
think he's in the right job,
yeah, yeah. Mm.
or that he's
I,
got the right
I,
attitude yet, I guess.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, I think that is the story here. I think he's going to go in a bit of I've made a big boob in my life, and what am I going to do? And
Yeah.
yeah, I think he's not gonna be in this force this time next year. Is my gut feeling.
He's
Um,
too comedy to be a policeman. You know what I mean? Like, he wants to have fun, and you can't have fun in that kind of job.
no, not with Sarge as your boss, and I'll stand by that. Even though he made me
Well,
laugh the other week.
no, I just think I don't think police work is the most. You know, you're dealing with people on their worst days. You know, they've been robbed, or they've
Yeah,
been in an accident, or
yeah,
something's happened, or they've committed a crime. You're not dealing with the fun, jokey. I just feel like
mm.
he's picked the wrong career for his personality. I don't know.
Yeah,
It feels
yeah.
weird.
He thought he was Bruce Willis. That's what it is. That's what it is. Mm,
Oh dear.
mm. Speaking of people not having fun, let's briefly mention Alf because
Oh.
he emphasised the word briefly because he didn't really do much this week other than sort of he's not gone to the ombudsman or whatever it was, the commission or whatever. He's not put his complaint in, even though Sarge is the enemy and he thinks he's the reason the whole town hates him. He's not done it, and he's decided to tell Sarge, hasn't he? That he reckons you're a good bloke and there's no hard feelings. Did you see that decision coming? I thought Alf was going to just kick up a stink, you know.
I thought this is where we're going to go, because at the end of last week, when he gave him that pamphlet or whatever it was and said you can make a complaint about me, I thought we'd see Mr. Stewart sit down at a computer and like do his 2-finger typing, you know,
Yeah,
dear
yeah,
ombudsman, and then actually get to a point where he's like, I actually can't complain about him because I I've been trying to objectively look at what Sarge has done and try and find where he went wrong or where you could pick fault with it or whatever. And I don't think there's anything there really. I mean, the only thing really is that there was a lack of evidence, and because of that, they had to drop the leads because there was just nowhere to go. But they exhausted everything they did. I don't think it was the police's fault that they didn't find the person last week. I think it's just that there wasn't any leads to go on. So
yeah,
I was kind of expecting to see Mr. Stewart get to that same conclusion, like start to write an email and then be like, actually, what am I complaining? What can I pin on him that's his fault? Because there's nothing there to pin on him. So
yeah.
I don't know. But he seemed to have just come to that conclusion without having to henpeck his keyboard.
Yeah, we'll see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Interesting. Because I thought he might have gone like whatever and then kicked off. But then when they said to him, yeah, everything's fine, there's no leads, there's nothing been missed, all T's have been crossed and I's have been dotted, I thought that would be when he'd like climb down. That's what I was expecting.
Yeah, that would have worked. Yeah.
Yeah. But I didn't expect him to roll over. And I guess what comes next, also took me by surprise when it comes to Alf and his reactions, because mobile mechanic Justin finally gets a punter on his website, doesn't he? Someone's broken down on the Yabby Creek Road there, the remote Yabby Creek Road, and when he comes there, it's only a flipping red ute.
Mm-hmm.
Only been looking for this, haven't we, for weeks, Sophie? Clocks, there's even damage to the wind mirror, so he calls it in, doesn't he? Sarge goes up there and basically takes this woman into questioning, and I was a bit, I didn't know what to make of her first off, before we sort of get on to Alf's response to it. She sort of began a bit shifty with the photo, you know, but then when we got to the police station, she was like, you know, oh my gosh, I had no idea. I'm thinking, how do you have no idea? Is she pulling the wool over their eyes?
Well,
Is this inconsequential?
She changed her story, didn't she? So when Justin spotted the wing mirror, he was like, "Oh, what happened to your wing mirror?" And she was like, "Oh, I don't know. Somebody must have hit it in a car park. I woke up and it was just like that." And I was like, "Right, okay." And then later on, when obviously Sarge took her in, you know, on suspicion, and it was questioning her, and she was still sticking to the story and saying, "Oh, I don't know. It's just like that. I woke up, must have been hit in a car park, blah, blah, blah. I don't know." And then he said, "Well, the reason I'm questioning you is because someone was hit." And that's when her story changed, because she was like, "Oh my God, I thought I just hit a car. I didn't know I'd hit a woman." So she definitely remembered doing it, but she was lying because she thought she was going to get into trouble for hitting someone's car.
Hitting a car and not stopping or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it wasn't that she remembers knocking over a woman. It's that she was covering up, knocking something and not stopping or whatever.
But if you can believe that, you know what I mean? Because if you can, the first lie was, "Oh, I don't know anything. It was like that. I woke up and I saw it." That was the first lie. Then it was, "Oh, I thought I'd hit a car." So then, like, because the story's changed, you're never gonna, I don't think we're ever gonna know that she definitely
cast some doubt on it.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, it was dark. I thought I'd hit a car and I didn't report it because I drove away and I thought I'd get into trouble, blah, blah." And I was like, do we believe her or not? Because she lied the first time. She could be lying now. I don't know.
And I don't think it really matters either, because case closed.
Well, yeah.
Right, that's it. You know, we found the ute with...
This is a bit weird for me, because did I miss this or did we not see it? When did they tell Abs that it wasn't Mr. Stewart and it was this woman?
They didn't.
They didn't, did they?
No.
I thought I'd missed, because it got to the end of the week and I was thinking, "Oh, I've got to talk to Si soon about what's happening on Homer's," and I was trying to like jog my memory, and I was like, "Oh yeah, Mr. Stewart, the woman, blah blah blah." And like the whole bay knows about this. Like Leah knows, Justin knows, Marilyn knows, eventually Rue, blah blah blah.
Bresniak knows.
No, does he know?
Well, is there not a moment late? No, maybe he doesn't.
Not this week.
He must know.
No. There's nothing this week that's like anybody that was accusing Alf, apart from Rue, you know, Abby and Bresniak, they weren't involved in any conversations.
Well, do you know what? You're right, because that, because obviously Sarge tells Alf, doesn't he, in person about it. Alf is elated at that point, thanks him and all the rest of it, thanks Justin, you know, and says he never doubted him. And then the whole sort of thing shifts to Alf and who he trusts and who believes in him, doesn't it? And we sort of leave that mystery behind at that point. We don't actually spread the word, do we? No. We see Leah finding out via Justin.
Yeah.
That's it. You're right.
Yeah. I find that super weird, because I was dying for someone to tell Abby, and then for Richie to be there, and Richie was all like, "Oh, it's definitely Mr. Stewart, it's definitely that old man that we pulled over, blah, blah, blah." And I wanted to see him go, "Oh, I was wrong." And that's part of a learning curve with his job, and the fact that he's a newbie, for him to, jump to these conclusions and then realise that he made the wrong call. That's part of the training. And I was just like, it got to the end of the week and I was like, we still haven't seen this. And I still feel like it's, for me, I haven't got closure. Never mind Alf. I haven't got closure because Abs doesn't know it wasn't Alf and neither does Richie. Bit weird that.
After the perpetrator's caught, the first
Mm.
people you tell is the accused and the victim. You
You
know.
think so?
Well, the elation from Alf doesn't really last long, does it? It's still a bit downbeat. We're all thinking, well, that's Rue related, obviously.
Yeah.
And he's learned a few Holmes truths through all this, hasn't he? And he actually starts saying things, doesn't he? Like, when the chips are down, my own daughter won't back me, and we're like, well, even Alf can see what she's like nowadays. Dreadful, isn't she? She's absolutely dreadful. Rue is like, next day, this is now, Rue can barely, he barely looks at her, doesn't he? He's like, whatever, he's in a mood, she's itching, to know what it's all about, the coffee cart, and of course presses Leah, who's got, looser lips than you know anything, right? She's got the loosest lips going and tells Rue what Justin told her, that, it's all right. It's all been caught. Things are good. And then Rue's like, things are worse than I thought. And I'm like, what planet are you on?
Yeah.
You've been arguing with your father for weeks. You've been saying some dreadful things to each other. You've not been seeing eye to eye. You've been, screaming matches. Marilyn can't even come home without tiptoeing in and out. And this is a surprise. She is so unaware of herself that I'm normally sort of a bit lenient with her when it comes to our rants about her, but I can't. I've got to come well and truly into your camp, Sophie. I can't defend this.
She's awful. She's a horrible daughter. Horrible. I can't say any more than that, really. Awful.
Best not. Best not. They do eventually sit down and talk, don't they? And Rue's all like, well, why didn't you tell me? Like, why is it about you? Like, why does he have to tell you? He shouldn't have to. You're his daughter. He should count on you being there for him. It's that family thing, isn't it? Or you have really close friends, a really close family. And it's like, you don't have to, your loyalty isn't something you need to discuss. It just is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it's one of those relationships where I think you don't have to sort of voice it. She should just be. Do you know what I mean? Like, regardless. And I think she came from a good place in terms of concern for him. But she rued it, didn't she? She just completely the wrong personality handling this situation, definitely. And eventually she does actually apologise to be fair to her. She does apologise for coming to that conclusion. But her apologies are all like, I'm sorry you felt like that. It's one of those kind of apologies, isn't it, with Rue? I'm sorry that you felt this way. No, how about you're sorry for your actions? My God, my piss was boiling.
Yeah.
You're getting old, she's at it. Nobody listens when you're old. Oh, Alf feels like he's invisible. He literally says that. Not surprised, because she's like talking to a wall, talking to you, girl.
Yeah.
There we go. That was cathartic.
It was. Get it off your chest, Charles. No, I know. I don't know where. Again, it's another storyline. I don't know where we're going with this, and I don't know whether this is over, whether we've seen the end of them, whether they are. Now they've got the cards on the table. I don't know.
Whether that'll draw a line in the sand, as they say, or
or will there be another thing that comes up next week that then she's like, oh, you didn't open the post, or you didn't do this, or you didn't do that, and you must be. I don't know. This could drag on, or it could go away, and I don't know where we are with it.
I think when it comes to Rue, I feel like this is a definite choice. Like, I mean, in her younger days, she was a brat. She was a handful. She, was pregnant, young, and I'm not saying she's an angel, but I think in the sort of later years, especially the Georgie Parker years, her early years, she definitely displayed like these real sort of Stuart family values, as I like to call them. And when I say that, you sort of know what I mean. Like,
Yes. Yeah.
community and family. And then obviously she had a marriage with Harvey, didn't she? And she took in kids. And I just felt like I loved that, Rue. And and I was really excited the last couple of years with the fostering, but I just don't know the way she is these days, the way she's written, the way her character conveys herself, like she's just turned into somebody who I struggle to like.
Yeah.
And whether that's just like elements of the older, younger Rue sort of coming through. Now she's a bit older. Is she? I'm trying to find reason for it. I'm trying to be like, is she lonely? Is she like regretting life decisions? Her and Alf are supposed to be solid. There are other kids, but them two are sort of as thick as thieves. They live with each other. They're in each other's pockets day in, day out. But the relationship's not representative of that, is it?
No, it's weird. I find her lack of her own life really weird. Like, I know she lives with her dad, and I know that he's aging, and I know that she feels some responsibility towards him for the fact that he's aging, but I don't feel like she actually does anything to help him other than badger him. So I don't feel like she's chipping in. I don't feel like she spends her day helping him or taking a load off his plate or, doing something proactive. She just seems to bimble around, not really doing anything, talking a lot, annoying him. And I'm like, what is your life? Like, you don't really have one. And she keeps going, I'm Surf Club Committee President or whatever she is, Secretary. She trots that out when it's needed, but I don't see her really doing much for the surf club either. She tends to pop up at the surf club when something needs to be discussed, but then she's not there day to day like John is. She's not doing stuff proactively there. She's not doing anything in the bait shop. She's not doing anything at the caravan park. She just seems to just bimble around, following Alf round. And then saying, "Oh, you didn't do this," and "Oh, you didn't do that." It's just annoying. It's just annoying.
Yeah.
Like, either get a life of your own or actually help Mr. Stewart. And chip in and do stuff. Like,
I think we need to stop her leaving all the time. I think.
Yeah.
I think that should have happened a couple of years ago. I think I'm wondering whether the boat has sort of sailed on that one.
Yeah.
Now. Is she too far gone for people like us? She is a character that us long-term viewers should be absolutely defending to the hilt.
Yeah.
Like the Marilyns, like the Irenes. Don't come for those characters. But we're not, are we? Like, none of us are like that.
But what purpose does she serve? If she disappeared to Merimbula tomorrow, what would fall down because Rue's not there? Nothing.
No.
There'd be no gap. There's no gap if she goes. And I feel horrible saying. I feel genuinely awful saying that, but
I think it's salvageable from a storyline perspective. But I think we need Georgie around a bit longer than these in and out Flints. I think that's the way to fix it, and then it really do something, that turns the tide. And it's going to take a bit of work for us lot. But I think it can be done. How many times do we U-turn on characters over a story arc? In all directions. It can always be done on a soap like this. You've got the joy of time. It's not a drama that's 8 hours, one and done. In 8 episodes. It's like we've got hundreds of hours in a year worth of airtime that we can use to do it. So. Yeah, I think there's that stuff affecting it, but then I think there's deliberately she ends up just facilitating a plot randomly, and none of us really care at the end of it. So yeah, there's a lot to be done there, but and then there's the other side of it that's like Alf is like, which is quite topical. It's like he's feeling like he's getting old and people don't listen to him anymore and he feels invisible. And this is something that I imagine a lot of people who reach that part of their life feel. And I recognise that that's what this storyline is supposed to be saying.
Yeah.
But I'm not really empathising with him either at this point. I'm just
No.
like, I'm quite like meh to it. Is that because I'm not 80 years old? I don't know, because there's a lot of older characters on lots of shows that I do feel sad for. Old people do normally get me in the gut, you know? Why am I not feeling this for him? Is it a me thing? Is it me? Am I the problem, Soph?
I think it's really hard to look at Mr. Stewart and see him as incapable. And I think that's where I'm struggling, because when I get sad about things, you know, like when you see like an advert about old people or charity or something, and it does get like a catch in my throat. But I don't, because I don't see him as old and decrepit and incapable like Rue obviously does. It's really hard for me to look at him and think, oh, poor Alf, he's got nothing and he's got no one. I see him and I think, bloody heck, can he retire soon? Like, can he just go fishing and like put his feet up, because he does all these jobs and he's always there. He's giving everyone advice. Like, he's completely with it mentally. Without the car, he's walking everywhere at the moment. Like, he's getting about the bay, no problem. So I'm not looking at him thinking you're an old bloke who's on his way out, on his last legs. I'm not thinking that at all, because he isn't that. And I know what he's saying about he doesn't feel like people are listening to him, but there are people listening to him, because we've got Justin fighting his corner. We've got Justin's the one rock he's had, who's believed him and has managed to somehow track down the actual perpetrator of the crime and report it to Sarge. Sarge didn't really believe it was Alf either. Sarge was trying to let him go, and try not to sort of. The only person, when he says, I feel invisible, no one listens to me, the only person that doesn't listen to him is his daughter. And it's only that relationship that makes me feel bad for him, because that's the only time I think that is awful. That's genuinely terrible that he, she doesn't contribute very much. And apart from picking on him, ringing mum and dobbing on him and, and making him feel hopeless, because I look at him and I think he's not hopeless and he's not incapable. I don't know. I just it's really hard to think of him as an 80-year-old helpless, vulnerable man, because he's not. He's not that.
No, and he's running around the bay and all the rest of it. He's got four or five jobs.
Exactly.
And she doesn't help him one iota.
No, and that's the bit that I struggle with, because I'm just like, he feels like he doesn't get any support, because he doesn't get any support from his bloody daughter.
And he's sort of projecting that onto everybody else, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think the problem is people. I think the problem is Rue.
I'm going to struggle if Alf spirals into this sort of I'm old and worthless mentality, because maybe it is like you say, because I don't see him that way, or maybe it's because I just don't give a flying fig. I don't know.
I think if he genuinely was, I'd be crying, because he would pull my heartstrings. I think if he genuinely was coming across as helpless and out of his depth and like stupid and all this stuff that he thinks he is because Rue makes him feel that way, I'd be beside myself if I genuinely thought he was all that. But I'm not taking this seriously. I'm just thinking your confidence has been knocked because your daughter's been awful to you, and that's it. That's all I can see for this, really.
Yeah. So let's see where it goes then, eh? But either way, he's got a storyline. So there we go.
Well, can't complain about that.
He's got lines, bless him.
Bless him.
Right, thoughts on a baby shower gender reveal mashup?
I don't really understand the gender reveal stuff. I've never been to a gender reveal party. This feels like a very new thing that I think I am too old to have ever. I've been to a baby shower, but they tend to be, I don't know about you, but baby showers tend to be like late in the pregnancy when someone's about to go on maternity leave and that they're leaving their job like a month before they give birth or whatever. Whereas this is like they've only just got through the first trimester. It's all very early, and I don't really get the gender reveal thing because I think I'm a different generation. I don't know.
Well, well, there's that, but also I was watching this thinking this feels actually a bit old-fashioned for nowadays. actually. Do we talk? Everything was like pink and blue, and I was
Yeah.
thinking this is a bit sort of old fashioned, actually. This,
But that's the thing, I don't really understand the gender reveal thing. So are you saying that gender reveal is a non-thing now because the baby decides their gender when they're here, not the parents?
yeah, pretty much, yeah, and like it's like stereotypes and gender norms, and like a pink's for a girl. Well, who's to say that kind of thing? I'm getting a bit, like modern. Now I'm a millennial myself. Like I remember the good old days, but I don't know. Like it just felt a little sort of out of touch a bit. Just sort of because it was made into such a big deal. I'm not saying people don't have gender reveals, of course they do, but like it was just this huge thing peppered throughout these episodes of should I not, is it right, is it not, Abs has got a scrapbook that's full of these like girl boys things, and I'm just like, the way the world is, and you have to remember this baby's been born into today's world. Like what's it going to be like for them in 20 years time?
God knows.
You've got to think of these things, and I just felt like this felt like it belonged in the past to me. And I actually felt a little awkward watching it all unfold, actually.
Yeah. I think I'm more comfortable with the idea of a baby shower because I think I get that. It's like, and it's normally like say when
celebration.
When the mum's about to go on maternity leave, and you kind of go, right, you're in your final trimester, you're about to go on maternity leave from your job, and here's a few sort of pampery things for the mum before the whole baby arrives and you get no sleep or whatever. And also it's a chance to give like the baby some presents and what have you, because it's babies are expensive and people like to chip in and sort of give them a little starter for 10 for when the baby arrives, and they give them baby grows or things that they might need when they're born. I get that. I think it was really early for that. But then I'm like, the gender reveal has to be early because they find out the gender at the 20-week scan or whatever, don't they? So, but I just don't really get the gender thing, the gender reveal thing, because like I didn't grow up in a time when it was like a big deal. It was just like actually most of my friends that have had kids, they didn't tell you the gender of the baby till they were born. They kept it to themselves.
And it was trendy that everyone didn't want to know at one point. Like I think the gender reveal thing has blown up since social media and that whole being an exhibitionist about your life and having that social media moment of being surprised. I think that's where that's all stemmed from. But I do genuinely feel like it's come a bit full circle in terms of sort of gender identity and stuff, and that sort of societal stuff that's also changed quite rapidly, actually. So that was where we were sort of sitting with it, and I agree with you that having a party, have the shower, great. Now, the problem is, like, Mac wanted it toned down, and she's walking around saying, "Oh, it's not very me." And I'm like, "You're the most showy off person on it." But okay, you're the most up for a massive party than most of these characters. But okay, let's just go with this. Yeah. Definitely look at me. But she then, to try and tone it down, she enlists Eden instead.
This was weird.
What a weird choice. That's like asking me and you.
I know. Let's find the person who's least interested in babies ever. Oh, why don't you? And then not only to enlist us to help her with the baby shower, but then to be like, oh, I don't know what I want for my baby shower, and I'm pregnant and I'm having a baby because I want one. But I don't know what I want. You tell me what I want for my baby shower. And Eden's just like, what? And I was like sitting at home going, what?
Yeah.
I don't get this.
Yeah. And all she came up with was mocktails. Was that just me?
And cupcakes. And I was like, yeah. Like, I get that. Like, food, that would be for any party that I was going to. I'd want drink and food. You know what I mean? That's like the basics.
Yeah. Sugar.
Yeah, in terms of anything else, I'd just be like, I've got absolutely no, I haven't got a Scooby Doo about birthing parties or whatever you want to call it.
No,
Got no
no.
idea, doll. I don't think that was a weird. But was that just to pit Abby and
Yeah,
Eden against each other and have that conversation of, oh, you're the cool one, oh no, you're not,
yeah,
I'm not cool. Ugh, I didn't love this. I'll be honest.
yeah. It definitely was that.
Hmm.
Mm.
What do you make of the whole? I don't know I don't even know what to talk about with it. But what do you make of this whole Eden versus Abby thing and their insecurities about each other, and Abby feeling like she's the annoying sister, and that Eden's the cool one, and she's got all the good ideas, and what are
Well,
we supposed to take from all of that? I don't
I
get
don't know.
it.
It was a bit of a non-starter, wasn't it? And it did
Yeah.
just sort of come out of left field. Like, where did that come from?
Mm,
And yeah, I just think it went nowhere. And I don't know whether it was just an excuse to have Eden at the baby shower and
mm,
not elsewhere. But like, I'm trying to, I'm clutching. Like I don't really know
no.
why. And Eden and of the Fowlers themselves, especially after a lot of family therapy, have come such a long way in terms of their unit. I mean, that family, that massive fracture in their family, and how close they are now. Really,
Mm,
like I think it was unnecessary at this juncture.
yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I was watching this and I was like, I don't really know how I'm supposed to feel about this. And also because it was almost laughable, like once again, the party is tomorrow. They never have a plan in Summer Bay. It's always like, yeah, we're gonna have a party. Right, when is it? It's
Yeah,
gonna be tomorrow. And I've got this
yeah,
list of things I want to do. And I'm not being funny, but they were talking about this insult. So Mac was insult talking to Abby and Eden. Abby and Eden were in their uniform. They were doing a shift
I know.
while they
Yeah,
were at work. And
mm.
and then Max going, right, I'm going home. Here's a list of things I want you to do for my baby shower tomorrow. And I was like, they're at work in your bar. Are you letting them shut the bar down while they have the afternoon off to sort out your baby shower, or are they supposed to do it on the side? Like, that takes the piss. Like, she's the worst boss ever. I'd be absolutely fuming if my boss was like, yeah, they're in the middle of the shift and the restaurant's really busy and you've got loads of stuff to do. But also plan my party that's tomorrow. Here's the list. Bye. See you tomorrow. I'd be fuming if that was me. But I was like, what is this? I can't take it seriously because nobody on the show is
No.
taking it seriously. Like, what
No.
the hell?
No. Well, it's soap law, isn't it? It had to be that morning because that was the morning that Mac was going for the scan. And she was going to go right from the scan to the party to tell everybody what the gender was going to be after finding out, and that was going to be the big reveal, wasn't it? That was
just
that
gives me
was.
the ick.
I know. I mean, I was crawling inside myself at this whole thing.
I don't know whether it's because I'm just not interested in this kind of stuff, but I was just like,
Yeah.
this. I mean, to say that, oh, she's not a showy person, she doesn't like a big deal, and then be like, I'm going to swan in from my scan and reveal it because I'm just like,
it was
ew.
crazy, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was ick.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, get over yourself. God.
Well, fortunate for you, very unfortunate for Mac. Things don't go very well at the scan. And want to get some thoughts on this because the scan gets underway and the nurse does that I'll just be a moment thing, doesn't she? And the sort of panic stations set in and she goes out the room, she gets in Dr. Sinclair again, seen her before, and of course then Mac knows what's coming and there's no heartbeat, is there? And just like the world caves in on the pair of them at that point. And yeah, she's lost the baby. What were your thoughts on this happening, Soph? And is it the right call for the show in general to do this?
Well, that's a big question, isn't it? That's a huge question. I don't know. I think my thoughts as it was unfolding was I wasn't surprised, I'll be honest. I wasn't sitting there going, "Oh my god, shooketh," or anything like that. I was like, okay, like I don't know, because Mac is such a tragic character, and because she's had loads of issues with fertility that we've seen, it didn't feel like a shock to me that she would lose another baby. Not that I wanted it to happen, just it didn't feel like oh god, I didn't see this coming. It was just like, right, okay, well, this is part of Mac's storyline, that she struggles to A, get pregnant, and B, stay pregnant. And that's just part, and unfortunately for some women that is the reality. That
tragic as it is.
And I've known women that have had half a dozen pregnancies that have never, actually got to full term. That's just, it's awful, but it is just, for some people that's just what happens. So I wasn't shocked that they decided to go with this, because it fits with her character backstory, but it is a choice, because it's a soap, and they could have given her the baby and everything that she ever wanted, or they could go down the route of highlighting that this is something that is very much an issue-based storyline that a lot of women do find themselves facing, and it's horrendous to watch. It's not fun, it's not entertaining, but is it important in a different way? I don't know. I am struggling with this a bit, because I know I'm supposed to be the girl, I'm supposed to be like the babies and marriage, but I'm not interested in any of that stuff anyway, so I don't get excited about pregnancy storylines generally, and I don't really know. Yeah, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about this. What do you think?
I was hoping to kick the can to you, being female. I feel wholly unqualified, really, to sort of say whether this is something that's done well, whether this is something that should happen. Obviously, I'm aware this is something that horrendous that women go through, but of course, this storyline isn't talking to me, right? If anything, I'm looking at Levi throughout this, not because we're both men, but because last time when this happened, not at this late stage, I must say, is in the pregnancies, where it was much earlier, wasn't it? But last time I felt like the way Mac sort of, the word behaved feels wrong, but the way she sort of responded and reacted to the news, and subsequently how she spoke to Levi, it's weird to me that my mind just went to, oh God, she's going to be like that again. Like it wasn't like, this is awful. And maybe that's because I'm looking at it. This sounds a wrong thing to say, but I'm looking at it from like an entertainment value. That sounds awful. It's come out loud. It sounds even worse loud.
I know what you mean. But,
like, I'm not looking at this as like a life-changing message for me. It's not a message for me, is it? I'm looking at it like the storyline, and is it a good one? And what's the character going to do? And what does this mean? And I think you're right. I think in terms of character consistency, and I think a part of me never really bought into this going full term.
No.
Deep down, actually. Because she struggled so much. I'm not saying I thought this was going to happen. I'm not saying I knew this was going to happen, because I genuinely was a bit shocked when it did. But I don't know. Some of me was just like not really expecting a baby either. It's weird, isn't it? Like, what I did enjoy was the scenes which we had. Like, it didn't go into like Mac, wailing and flailing, which should be well within her right to, by the way. It went. We actually saw like the doctor explaining her options and what that means and what the difference is, and I thought that was interesting to see, actually, because that is harrowing. I mean, she's sitting there with the baby inside her still. She's, and her day started one way, it's finishing another.
Mm.
That to me was an interesting watch, that part. And obviously, while that's going on, we're cutting to Tane running to sort of make this party go away. Like that was like I'm going to use the word entertainment because I can't think of another one, but from an entertainment value, from a viewer, and sort of educating me about that process, it was really good.
Yeah, I think that was interesting because obviously, like you say, it does turn very medical at that point, doesn't it? It goes from
Yeah.
I'm really sorry you've lost your baby to okay, this is what we need to do next. And actually, in Mac's case, that all moved really quickly. And from some of the horror stories that I've heard from friends who've gone through the same thing and the NHS here and how backlogged it is and all that sort of stuff, they've been told in a scan or at the hospital in A&E or wherever that the baby's gone. They've been sent home and they've been told we can't do anything today, but come back in 5 days, you know, and they've had to wait 5 days to go back and then have a surgical removal. So actually it was interesting to see all that conversation on screen because Levi was like, I can't lose you as well. You've got to make a decision now because, you know, there's an infection risk. And there is, because if you think about it, once the baby's no longer, you know, alive, you know, you can't just leave them there. You can't leave them inside you for long. You know, it's gonna have consequences. But I have had friends that have been sent home and, you know,
oh my gosh,
left to wait days or to let nature take its course, you know, and try and been given some horrific advice, which I won't repeat on the pod because I think it is genuinely harrowing, and probably will trigger some people that might be listening, but have been given some dodgy, iffy advice because they can't get them in for, you know, a surgical removal or whatever.
gosh. I mean,
Yeah,
mentally, yeah, what you're already going through, and then to have to do that just sounds horrific to me.
yeah, it is. There's a huge sort of debate about women, the state of women's care and the state of the NHS and all of that stuff that's over here. Like, and unless you know about it, you don't know. You know what I mean? So there's a huge amount of stuff like on top of what we're seeing with Mac. But I think with Mac, it was interesting because it did talk about all of that, and it did turn the conversation very. And she said it, didn't she? She was like, "Oh, it's all going very medical. It's all going very, you know, black and white." And this, no one's saying the word baby now. They're saying like pregnancy or you know what I mean, or fetus or whatever. Like it's all going very, you know, 1 minute I'm having a baby and the next minute I'm having a termination or a surgical procedure.
Whatever. Yeah. But her mind, as you know, her emotions aren't catching up to that, and you can understand. Like that morning, she was giving it names, and it had a gender coming. You know, and then there was the blame, wasn't there? Like I should have known. How did I not know? So I understand for sort of women watching, they're going to take much more from it than I will. I'm sort of taking surface level education from it, you know. So I thought it was quite well done in that respect. From my perspective anyway, what this means for the character, for the couple, I mean, I'm only expecting an implosion at this stage. Like, we can't keep trying, can we, Sophie? I mean, where do we stop? Where do we say this isn't happening?
I know,
you know?
And that's the worst thing, isn't it? Is oh, I don't know. It's just, that's the worst thing. I think it's horrendous because, and again with the soap, because Mac is because Emily is so good at this. Emily is so good at these storylines, and you and I have had loads of conversations off air about this. We didn't see her with a baby. I couldn't see Mac with a baby. I couldn't see her, you know, sitting at home and looking after a baby while Levi goes off to A&E and like Salt's being looked after by whoever. I genuinely couldn't picture them as a family unit, and not that I was wishing that they weren't. You know what I mean? It's just I found it really hard to picture because Emily's portrayal of Mac, and unfortunately Mac as a tragic character that she is, I couldn't picture her happy ending because she doesn't have that. And Emily's really good at the sad and the tragic and the miserable.
Yeah.
And it's like it's another storyline where Emily's pulled it out the bag. I think she's portrayed this excellently in terms of how Mac has handled it, you know. So is this more entertaining in a kind of stretching of her talent than her having a happy ending? And yes, it is probably. I don't know. It's really weird. And then where do you go from here? So she's having these conversations with Levi. You know, is it my fault? I thought I was doing everything right. You know, like I don't know. Like, and then how do you get past that? How do you go, right? Well, we'll draw a line under that, and then we'll talk about the future. And do you try again? Do you put yourself through that heartbreak again? I don't know whether you can. Like, it's interesting it'd be interesting to see where they go with this. Whether this is something that the couple, it's either going to break them or make them, isn't it? It's either going to pull them together, pull them closer together, or it's going to rip them apart.
Yeah.
And I can't call it.
Yeah. Interesting times ahead for us all, I think, with this one.
Yeah.
And it has sort of brought the mood down at the end of the week. We touched on it at the top of the episode, didn't we? But I think, both expected and unexpected, but sort of like important and enjoyable at the same time. And it's just it seems so strange to pick these words out, but like that's where we're at. And I think it's brave. I think it had to happen for Mac as a character. I think that's her. This is her reality, right? And it's a lot of people's reality out there. And it's easy for us. We've said it in the past, like she's so tragic. Why does she keep getting given this? Why? And I think this is about teaching people sometimes there is no why. Yeah. Sometimes it's just you. And that can't carry a baby.
And that's what Levi says. I mean, like she's lying there, isn't she? And she's kind of going, why? Well, I need to know why this has happened. I've done everything right. I don't get it. And Levi just says sometimes these things happen, and that is the only answer you can give, I think, which is it's awful because it's like there's no real answer. This is why. It's because you got up that morning on Tuesday and you did this. there's no like logic to it. It's just shit. Yeah. Like sometimes
I think this is the end of the road for these. They can't. I mean, they're not going to keep. I don't think storyline wise we can keep rinsing and repeating it. I think this is like. No, they can't. They're not going to try again now. I think maybe we might talk about some other options. But you see, the difference this time is this baby was quite way along. You know, it's a little bit different than sort of goodbye to an egg sort of thing. You know, and they were brought really, really high up, weren't they? You know, she had the baby app. Everyone knew, like every time this has happened, like it's gotten a little bit extra and a little bit further along and a little bit sort of closer to the dream, hasn't it? And this was really far along. You know, baby showers were ready. You know, like I don't think I think there'll be talk about humiliation. I think it'll put a strain on their relationship, and I think they'll have to, if they want this to happen, they're going to have to look at some other options, and some of those options happen to be what this show's famous for.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I know.
So you never know. You never know. Tane is with child. Is asking for more time with it. I've poorly planned this, haven't I? I should have really put this after that.
No, I think it wasn't just you though. It was the show. Did you notice how a lot of the time when we were with Mac, it was then flitting back to Harper and Archie, and I was like, "Oh, this is a choice." Like the next, they could have broke it up with something else where they were going from Mac crying about losing a baby to Harper clapping about some Archie thing. I was like, oh, this is an actual choice now. Yeah.
Did you see? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, well, it was Orcs. Harper doesn't trust Tane all of a sudden. And it's not because he's a flight risk.
No.
Which he is. It's because
apparently
he's still recovering from his taser.
I don't know whether I buy that, though.
No.
I know that's what she said, and I can see the evidence of why she said it, because he went to pick him up this week and he was like, oh, I wasn't going to drop him, I just got a twinge or whatever. And she was like, I don't think you're recovered enough to look after my child. Although she doesn't say that to him, she says it to Dana, but whatever.
Yeah.
I can see why she's concerned, but I feel like that's not the real reason, and I don't know why. And I've not got any evidence, but I was like, I don't think this is it. I don't think that's the only reason why she's trying to keep him away. I think she's still angry at him.
About doing one.
About 0121.
Is she trying to punish him? Is she trying to punish him still?
I don't know. I think I'm probably projecting, because I am probably still angry with him. But I was like, that can't just be it. Like, you're concerned that his stitches hurt him. Come on, like, I don't buy it.
He does buy it though. When Dana makes her go over there and tell him,
yeah,
she's like, we've had enough drama. Go over and speak to him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I understand." Yeah, and they get on about it, which I wasn't expecting. I was like, "Here we go." I was braced for the same old merry-go-round.
I was as well. Yeah, I was expecting an argument. And also, can I just say, LOL at that scene, right? So she's left her son with Dana again. Dana, who wasn't that keen on looking after him, because she was like, Sonny owes me a favour in bedroom stuff. For that whole Jim Remy thing from earlier that we talked about. So she was like, I'm on a promise. I don't really want to be looking after a baby. And she was like, yeah. Okay, leave her with the baby and skip out. She goes over to see Tani at the farmhouse. They have this chat, right, about how, I don't think you should have Archie on your own. I think someone should be there. And he's like, okay, yeah, that's really reasonable. I'll go with it. And I was like,
yeah.
Okay.
I know.
And then in the next breath he goes, why don't you stay for dinner? And she's like, yeah, sure. So she stays for dinner at the farmhouse with Tane while Dana and Archie are at home. And I'm like, what? Neither of you have your child right now, and she's been palmed off again on her sister.
Honestly, like the amount of people that bring this child up that isn't its mum. You know the Home and Away early years Instagram page, and they do those reels of like Elsa saying, "Can someone look after the diner?" Yeah, there should be one about this.
There should be, yes.
Every other episode, she's asking someone to mind this baby so she can.
Every time Tani meets her somewhere, he goes, "Where's Archie?" She's like, "Oh, he's with Marilyn. Oh, he's with Dana. Oh, he's with so-and-so. Oh, he's with blah blah blah." And I'm like, we need a reel of her saying, "Oh, he's with so-and-so."
Yeah, we do. And I'd make it myself if I could be bothered.
It's so funny.
Hopefully someone's listening who can
I was just crying laughing because he was like, stay for dinner. She was like, yeah, I've got nothing else to do. And I was like, your sister's looking after your child.
And your sister was like, gave up a day out. I mean, I suppose that kept Dana away from your old exercise freak there. But
yeah, but she was like, oh, I want to hang out with Sonny. And she was like, yeah, later. Just look after him just for a second. I'm just going for a meeting. Then she comes back from a meeting. And then Tane's there, and then she runs over to see Tane, and then she has dinner with Tane, and Dana's still got the child. I was like, what the hell's this?
Crazy.
I'd be fuming if I was Dana.
I would, and there's no way I'd do it. I'd be like, if you're not back by 4 o'clock, your baby's on its own.
I know, I'd be like, he's on the doorstep with the key in his hand.
Yeah, or I would be down the club with me.
Yeah.
Wherever I'm wanting to go. Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Yeah. So that poor lad, when he's a bit older, he'll tell us all about how it takes a village to raise him.
Please take the time to like, subscribe, and review Coastal News wherever you source your podcasts, and ensure you never miss an episode.